They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
Because she's a witch.
We've got a witch!
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch!
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back!
Indeed. Good evening, everybody. The witch is back, and there's hell to pay. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Look at the new sign. Look, it's finally here. How gorgeous is that? Absolutely friggin' love it. I mean, it did take weeks and weeks and weeks to arrive, and did cost me more money than I wanted to pay, and all of that stuff. Well, no, it wasn't more money than I wanted to pay, but it wasn't even hugely expensive, to be honest with you. To be brutally honest, it wasn't. But it's one of those things where, do I need it? No. Does it make my little heart sing with gladness that we now have the neon purple glowy sign for the channel? Yes. Yes, it does. I have to admit it. Yes, it absolutely does. So good evening, everybody. I hope you are all fine and dandy on this lovely Tuesday evening. Thank you for those of you that popped in on the Beyond Authentic Health live stream. Me and Rufus weighing in with our Slimming World results. So that was lovely. I had a lovely time with that chat for an hour. I've had chance to nip off, grab a coffee. I mean, it's not a coffee. It's not a coffee. It's a cup of tea. It's a Tetley's tea bag. Good old Tetley's tea. It does, doesn't it, Holland? It does look very professional. It does. Why is my my on-screen chat not up? Bear with. There we go. It does. I would say I was on a different screen, so I was clicking on the messages, but it didn't show up. But there we go. So hi to Sarah. It is a very cool sign. I love the fact that now, between the two, in fact, it does look, this one does look a little bit wonky. I might have to, there we go, straighten it up a little bit, and move the what's it called, the puzzle box from Hellraiser. I have to move that just out of the way. But I love it, so that you had to leave the Slimming World live so you could have pizza. That's very cool. That is very cool. A neon Beyond Authentic, very bright. It's cool, isn't it? I know I'll be having coffee first thing in the morning. Trust me, I am all over that. Absolutely. Absolutely, Sarah. So yes, good evening, everybody. I do hope you are well. Why have I got top chat on instead of live chat? Thank you very much. If I've missed anybody, I do apologize. But yeah, we're going okay. I like the fact that we've got the Beyond Authentic and the Pent. So it's kind of, this is our witchy channel. And then for the other channel, I just don't turn the Pent on. So it just says Beyond Authentic. And I might have to get something that looks like a set of scales or something for the health channel at some point, but not yet. I don't need it yet. I did think, in all honesty, about getting the eggplant emoji, because I thought, well, that's really healthy food, isn't it? But then it was pointed out to me that these days the aubergine eggplant does mean something else as an emoji, and maybe that's not appropriate. Good evening, Patricia. Hello, my darling. How are you? I hope you are incredibly well this lovely, lovely, lovely evening. I'm in a really good mood, actually. I'm in a really good mood. I'm just going to put a pin on because I feel like I need a brooch or something. Lop, Lisa. What's lop? What's lop? I don't know what lop is. Am I lopsided? Never mind. But yes, I hope everybody is well. Shall we crack on with some tarot malarkey? I think we should. So before I do, I need to choose a pin for today. This is going to be my new thing. I'm going to wear different pins because I've got a bucket load of them that came from Witch Casket and all of that. But also, look at this here. Look at this here. Let me just move this. I've also got, ow, that's my finger. Hang on. Oh, come on, get in the thing, you thing. There we go. Look, Oh, you can't really see it. It's a crow on a moon with a witch's hat on. How cool is that? Isn't that just awesome? Also, I can turn this round now again. There we go, because I am the witchy bitch, which I'm quite fine being the witchy bitch. I don't mind that. I don't mind that one little bit. There we go, just straighten it up a little bit. So then, good evening, Rabina Sahonta. Hello, my darling. Oh, laugh about the eggplant. I know, right? I know, right? So then, we are going to do some tarot reading here on this lovely channel. We are gallivanting slowly towards 1500, and then the next target will be gallivanting even hopefully a little bit faster towards the 2000 subscriber mark. So if you are here right now, it means you are here before 1500. So thank you very much for joining me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So then let's have a look. You thought it was a dog on the badge. No, they're little crows. Look, if I show you this one as well, this should focus in. Is it going to, if I hold it in front of me, there you go. Look, I've got a little crow, and that's not spermatosa. That is actually ghosties. I've got a little crow with a knife. Oh, hang on. With a knife. So there we go. Look, a little crow with a knife. And I've got a crow on a skull in a witch's hat. As you can see, there we go. Oh yeah, I need to put it over my face, otherwise it won't focus. There you are, look. So they're really cool little things. And then, of course, me being me, I also got myself, look, I treated myself to a little do-do, 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 a little Bewitched. Amongst other, I've got loads of pins, you know, I've got things like, you know, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, and all sorts of pins, and also all the ones from not Slimming World, Witch Casket, which I'm really hopeful my Witch Casket will be here soon. Thank you, they are quite cute, Shannon. Sorry, Sarah, they are really cute. But yes, so we're going to do some tarot reading tonight. I think I'm going to use the Fifth Spirit deck tonight, and then Sunday I think it's time to let's bring in some new decks, let's bring in some changes. So I will leave it up to the members on Sunday evening as to what decks. I'll choose 3 or 4, and then the members can select them. Is my VPN off? It should be. Let me double check, hang on a second. Oh, that's NordPass. That isn't a VPN. Oh, also slow mo check. Thank you very much. Let me have a look. Let me just double check. Thank you for reminding me in case we get any issues. Proton. Let's have a look if I load that up. Hi Aquilarius, my darling. We are not connected, so the VPN is currently off. And slow mode, I don't even know where I can find that. Hang on a second. I need to do the thing, and it's that one. And where does it tell me? Do I want to edit it? I don't think that's going to help, is it? That's not going to help. Oh, customization. Here we go. No, you're right. Slow mode was not on. I do apologise, mods. And subscriber mode. Yes, sorry about that. There we go, mods. I've sorted that out. Slow mode. And it's because I had it set on the other channel, didn't I? I had it set on the other stream where it wasn't necessary. But yes, thank you for that, Holland. Yay. Did I say good evening, Aquilarius? I think I did, my darling. But yes, everything is on as it should be. So then, hello, Divine Timing. Hey, y'all. Hello. Oh, what's in that photo? That looks like a couple of furries or a couple of very scary teddy bears, like something from Five Nights at Freddy's. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, it's very cool. It's a very cool profile picture. This is the thing I like now. Now that I can pull them up on screen, I get to see them a little bit clearer. Anyway, let's go ahead and start with today's tarot, shall we? Now, as always, we do have a few rules on the channel, some housekeeping. So before we go any further, I think it's time to have a look at that. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or anytime in the future. Yes, indeed, that is very, very, very important. Do not dox yourself. Also, as I say, you do have to be 18 years of age or over. And yeah, that's it. That's the rules on the channel. Very simple, really. But also, there are two ways to get a reading on this channel. The first way is to wait until I open a round. You'll know that when the round is opening because you will hear this, which is the call to arms, if you like. That is our signal that the round is open. When that happens, you'll also see a message in the group chat basically saying, as I've just put it there, the next round is now open. Okay, when that happens, that is time to pop your question in. You've got about 30 seconds from when the video plays, because there is a video that will play. The other way of doing it is to send your question as a super chat. Now that can be any amount and that will guarantee you a queue jump. So if you just send $2, that will guarantee you a queue jump. If, however, you send $10 or more or £8 UK or more, that will get you a longer tarot card reading. So that will get you a 6 or 7 card reading. Having said all of that, there's a handy dandy little video here. We're going to Mexico at dawn. So you've got 30 seconds to get your questions in, and then one of them will be selected at random unless you send it through as a super chat. So you've got 30 seconds. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3 card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods. Indeed, and as always, if you don't know who the moderators are on the channel, if you are new here or if you've been before but you haven't popped in for a reading, the moderators are the ones, thank you Patricia, the moderators are the ones that have their name in blue. Okay, they are the ones in blue and they've got a little spanner or a wrench, a little tool next to their names. I don't know whether it's a spanner or a wrench. We used to call the mods the Spanner Squad until somebody pointed out that if you call somebody or call them a bunch of spanners, apparently that's a bad thing. And if you say you've got a face like a bunch of spanners, apparently that's a bad thing as well. So, right, divine timing. You jumped in there. You sniped in with a super chat there. So we're going to do your one first, my darling. We will absolutely do your reading first. So your reading is coming up now. Thank you very much for your $10 donation through the super chat. So what I'm going to do for you, my darling, is I am going to go ahead. Oh, I just need to move a light so we've got some light on the situation. There we go. What lessons are you currently meant to learn? Absolutely no problem, my darling. I will get that for you right now. So then, here we go. I'm going to pop that over to the other channel. Bear with. Hang on. Oh, it's... There we go. And this is the Fifth Spirit deck that I'm using. And the cards are absolutely amazing. They're a little bit... I wouldn't say blunt, but they are a little bit forthright. So this isn't, I always say, it's not your grandmother's tarot reading. This is not the light and fluffy, you are going to meet a tall, dark stranger. This is a little bit more to the point. And I always say, it's like if I was your friend and I'm doing a tarot reading for you face to face, then that's how this works. Okay, there's no point, my darling. I know you've sent it as a super chat, but there's no point spending your money or waiting around until a round opens and trying your luck and all of that to get a reading if I'm just going to smo bloke blow smoke up your backside or whatever. Do you know what I mean? If I'm just going to sit there and go, oh, you're going to meet somebody of your dreams. No, it's not going to work, is it? So then, as always, we cleanse the area. Now, I do have a new bell for this. It's one I found in my collection because obviously this is from Witch Casket. And I thought, do you know what? I've not been using it. So it's got a nice little tinkly noise, so we'll use that one for today, and we'll bring in Wispy, who is my air elemental dragon. So what I say, there is a whole podcast episode about the dragons. So I just need to move my walking stick to the other side because it's in my way. There is a whole podcast episode about the dragons, which I've just put into the live chat now. So if you did want to have a little look, do please have a look at that if you want to know more about what my dragons are. But you'll hear me talking about Wispy, and Wispy is an air elemental dragon, and the way that I have him programmed is that Wispy goes across to the Akashic records and brings me the knowledge of the tarot. So as far as I'm concerned, this is not something that is divine, even though you are divine timing. It's not something that is divine. The messages are just interpretations of lovely pictures on bits of card. Okay, and for some reason, when we interpret them, it means something for you. I don't tend to do what's called cold readings. I don't look at meh or any of that rubbish. We tend to look very, very firmly at what is going on. Okay, my darlings. So then let's have a look with all of that in mind. That bell sounds friendlier, Holland. Thank you. It's a little more tinkly. We've had a card, literally, look, you can see we've had a card flip over as I was reading it. And so there we go. We're going to pop the card just here. So this becomes a clarifying or modifying card. Now, what does that mean? Well, basically, it does exactly what it says on the tin. This card will now modify or clarify the cards that I'm about to draw. Okay, so because I just put down Wispy's crystals, so I'm just going to move those out of the way and we'll put the card right here. Now, the question is then, if this is a clarifying card, what the heck does the Two of Swords actually mean? Well, the Two of Swords is actually, turn that light down a little bit, there we go. The Two of Swords is actually a card of couples or disagreement between couples or two different situations. The twos for me are always comes back to relationships of some kind. The swords are for me the suit of hurdles, challenges, obstacles, things that are sent to try us, all of those things, right? And the lessons that we need to learn, basically. So this is really important because obviously you're looking for those lessons. So that is what this is here to tell us. So as the cards come out, this becomes the filter that we look at the cards through. So we'd start looking at them through, is there a disagreement here with somebody? Is there something that is a little bit sort of, is there a parting of the ways of a friendship or anything like that? Oops, in terms of the relationship this is looking at. So we'll do your cut. There we go. And Wispy. So then, divine timing wants to know what message are they, or what messages are they meant to learn? What are they currently needing to learn? What lessons are they needing to learn right now? So we'll look at in fact, I'll tell you what I will do very briefly. If I click on this, nope, oh, bear with me, sorry everybody, give me just 1 second. That one, if I make this a little bit hang on, Control Z, right, if I make this a little bit smaller, like so, there we go, and bring that across. That gives me a little bit more room for the cards. So then, Wispy, we're looking at where divine timing is, Knight of Pentacles, what they need to know, oh, Temperance reverse, 2 reversals, and what the future opportunity is. The Queen of Wands, that's my Tina Turner card. Absolutely love it because she looks like a cross between Tina Turner and 90s Whitney. Do you know what I mean? Like about a combination of the two. However, let's have a look. What is connecting the Knight of Pentacles to Temperance? We've got the Five of Wands. What's connecting Temperance to the Queen of Wands? We have the King of Swords reversed. There's a lot of reversals happening for you, my darling. What is the root here, Wispy? We've got the Eight of Swords. My darling, you are going through some shite right now. You are going through some life lessons. Now listen, I always say, right, this is how we grow. We grow from the hurdles. We grow through the challenges in life. Life would be boring if it was just, here, go this way, turn left, turn right, second right, third left, keep going 200 yards. This is the direction your life needs to go, right? That would be really dull. But equally, sometimes life can be a little challenging, and with the number of sword cards we've got and the reversals, it feels like a bit of a challenging time for you at the moment. So where you are right now, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles is work, career, finances. It's also effort. So when we say work, it doesn't just mean your job, it also means the work that you are putting into something. Pentacles is linked in with earth elemental energy, so you're looking at growth, but also something that is normally pretty stable. It's something that is, you know, it's grounding, isn't it? If you have to go to work every day doing a 9-to-5 slog, it's grounding. If you have to go to work every night doing a 5-to-9 slog, it's grounding. Do you know what I mean? It's like it puts us in our place. It stops us getting our head in the clouds and running away with things. Now, the thing about the knights are the ones that tend to act first and think later, if that makes sense. They are the ones who will act and not think about it. When you think about the ye olden Arthurian tales, the Knights of the Round Table, King Arthur would say, I want a Holy Grail, and off go the knights. They don't know what the Holy Grail looks like. They don't know how many gems it's got, whether it's made out of lead, gold, platinum, whatever. They just go off looking for the Grail. The knights are the ones in the deck that always kind of act like teenagers, right? I always say they're the ones that don't think about the repercussions of their actions, and even if you told them, they would do it anyway. So we've got this kind of juxtaposition between the earthy Pentacles element and the Knight coming in. So it feels like if this is work, or if this is career and finance, divine timing, then this is one of those situations where it's almost like you want to take some leaps, you want to take some steps, but something is holding you back. It feels very much like you... Thank you, Wispy. It feels like you want to move, you want to change, right? Whatever this... I think it's career, but you want to make that change with the Knight energy, but it's kind of like you're a little bit, I wouldn't say stuck, but you're kind of, no, I will say, do you know what? I will say stuck, right? The reason I'm saying stuck isn't because you were stuck in a rut or anything. It's that position where you've got a paycheck, or you've got you've got something solid that ticks over. You haven't, there isn't a desperate need for you to find a new job. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're currently ticking over. Now, whether that's, as I say, it feels career or financy, so it feels money related, specifically that card. The Temperance, what you need to know, this is not, so Temperance normally, right, is about compromise. It's about finding that middle path, finding that way through. It's about making sure everybody is happy, negotiations, all of that. We make sure, the fire and the ice are combining nicely. Everybody's playing happily. Everything is grand, right? However, this is reversed, which is saying now is not the time to compromise. It's like there has to be a moment where you stop compromising. There has to be a moment where you draw a line in the sand and you basically say, look, I need to put some boundaries in place. I am no longer going to be trying to make everybody around me happy. I need to put some boundaries in place. I need to make sure that XYZ is done, because I need that done. Do you know what I mean? And it feels like this is, whatever this career move is that you're wanting to take, it feels like this is, it's almost like you've had enough of playing nicey. Do you know what I mean? And now you need to take some action. But again, I do think there is a fear here because of this, because of the reversal of the Knight. Interestingly, the opportunity is in your confidence, because Wands for me is about your sense of confidence, your sense of self-esteem. And this is really important because the Queen of Wands, right, if we look at her, she is a fabulous drag or trans performer. She is somebody who is out there kicking that leg out through the slit of the dress. She is on stage with the lights on her, shining bright in the 9 Lives ballroom. It says there, I don't know if you can quite read that. She is somebody who is fierce, and she is performing because she has that confidence in her to do it, right? So there is something here that is saying for you, the opportunity with whatever this career is, this opportunity that is coming is going to make you maybe step out of your comfort zone, but also when you do that, it feels like you'll flourish, right? It feels like you won't just step out of your comfort zone, you will be stood there on stage in your Tina Turner wig and your little short dress with the tassels, giving it some, you know, a bit of Proud Mary going on. I'm not going to do the dance because my back's killing me today, but a little bit of Proud Mary, and it feels like this is this really is going to be your opportunity, right, to show them what you got. Do you know what I mean? You need to show them what you got, show them what you're made of. That is what this card is saying. But when we look below, we go to a level deeper and we find that the fear that I'm talking about here with this Knight of Pentacles, leading to this, I think there's also this fear of you setting those boundaries in the workplace. It's coming in with the 5 of Wands. Now, Wands, it's connecting these two. Wands, as I say, is about your confidence. The 5s are about things being in turmoil. So this is there being like not quite sure of where to go. If we think about the tarot deck, it goes Ace, 10, Page, Knight, Queen, King, right? So we're halfway through the numbers before we get to the court cards. This is halfway through that journey. And this is that moment where you go, oh, right. Let's have a little pause a second. It's not a midlife crisis, but let's just have a little pause. Where are we on our journey? Am I happy with where we are? Do we need to change things around a little bit? Do we need to have a little shifty around? Right then, let's do that. And the thing about the 5 of Wands, you can see that the wands here, the trees, the branches, we've got 5 down here. One of them is a branch that's on fire. One of them is a pitchfork. One of them is a baseball bat. One is a flaming torch. And one is a 2x4 with a nail in the end. And the issue that we're trying to help with is the wasp nest in a tree. Well, realistically, there's only one of those that is going to be of use, right? Realistically, well, technically 2. If you put yourself in a, you know, sting-proof suit, then you can use the pitchfork to get this off the branch and put it somewhere else and wrap it in a bag and take the wasps away. That's the ideal, but the only other one that's going to work is to try and smoke them out. Not to set them on fire, but to smoke them out. So yeah, I think this is saying that there is a turmoil here, and it's almost like the thing that is stopping you from making these boundaries and that is stopping you moving forward career and finances wise is literally your uncertainty about knowing whether you've got the confidence, even though this one is telling you do, right? This Queen of Wands, absolutely, oh my God, you've got this. You just kind of need to go, yep, off we go. Do you know what I mean? The thing that's linking the Temperance to the Queen of Wands, though, is the King of Swords. Again, another sword card. Swords are those lessons we need to learn, those hurdles, those challenges. And the King of Swords is a fighter, right? The King of Swords, let's look at this person. This person is a campaigner. This person has a megaphone, a bullhorn in one hand, has their sword in the other. They are, you know, they've got their hair plaited, they've got their trainers on. They are ready to march. They are ready to shout and prove their point. This feels like somebody who is, you know, we will not go, what is it? We will not go quietly into the night, or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? Right? This is somebody who is absolutely standing up and fighting. However, the king is in authority, but this card is reversed. And what this is saying is be bloody careful, right? That you don't either get pulled into a fight that isn't yours, or that you end up being in a situation where that authority figure starts to try and come down really harshly on you. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, as you try and set boundaries, as you try and have that almost push forward in career, push forward for these new opportunities that are around the corner, as you try and manifest all of that, it feels like there's going to be some kickback, right? But this kickback, I don't think you need to worry about it too much, because we've got the Queen here, because you've got the Queen of Wands. So it feels like there is going to be some hurdles, there is going to be a challenge, somebody's going to get their knickers in a twist and their a bee in their bonnet, whatever else other sayings there are, right? Someone's going to get a bit pissed off. But you've kind of just got to go with it, my darling, because this is really positive. And this person that's getting pissed off, I think, is somebody that is quite close to you because of this 2. So again, this 2 is coming in with that relationship energy, that relationship vibe. So that changes the king from, is the king a boss authority energy, or is the king possibly a partner energy? Is it that you've got a partner that is a little bit authoritative, or a little bit likes being seen as the boss? In that case, that's where that argument could come from, that disagreement could come from. Or is it the fact that, you know, this person thinks that they're really close to you and can keep you in the workplace or wherever, that you aren't happy? Do you know what I mean? Is there something here? Because again, we keep coming back to this lens that we're looking through. The root of it all, though, we have the 8 of Swords. Now, this card in this deck is interesting, but this is possibly the only card in this deck that I wish they'd gone with a more traditional Rider-Waite-Smith look. Because in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this deck is all about a blindfold being lifted, right? Here you can see we've got the scissors that are being bound round by this binding tape. And yes, we've got a similar thing because the binding tape is being cut, and these scissors here are cutting the tape, and these ones here are cutting the tape. So it is, again, it is that release of being bound, a release of being stuck. But traditionally, the 8 of Swords also has an added element of knowing the truth, finding things out, and finally revealing that truth. So I think there is an element here, my darling, that whatever it is that you are going through right now, right? Whatever situation you are in, it feels like you've reached this point where you're seeing things clearly, right? The binding is being removed, so you are able to finally go, actually, I see that I've been working for minimum wage, or I see that I've been underpaid compared to my colleagues, or I see that I've been undervalued in whatever aspect it is. And actually, that is why you are getting to this point of wanting to set some boundaries, no longer be nicey and you know, try and please everybody, and fork a road. I think that's right. Fork a road that is right for you. Force that fork in the road and go your own way, as Stevie Nicks said. And I do think that this to come, this is really, really positive, my darling. This Queen of Wands is amazing. You just need to be able to set these boundaries, hold on to those boundaries firmly and say, no, I am not prepared to stick up with XYZ anymore. And again, if this is in the workplace and you're looking for something new, this is where you have to have that strength. Maybe get yourself, before you have this discussion with the boss, or before you go storming into HR, maybe have a few feelers, put a few feelers out in other companies. I don't know, maybe you're a high class lawyer, maybe you're a whatever it is, right? Whatever it is that you do, put a feeler out, try and see what the opportunities are out there, and then you go and you stick your ground. You draw that line in the sand, you set those boundaries, you put your walls up, you say, do you know what, I have gone with the flow all the bloody time, and now I am a bloody dam. I am the Hoover Dam of XYZ, whatever it is you do, right? I am the Hoover Dam of Checkout 15. I am the Hoover Dam of Chekhov, Sulu, and Uhura Lawyers LLC. Whatever the hell it is. I know, right? Star Trek names just came to mind. Whatever it is that you do, you set those boundaries. And I think that's going to be really important. But again, this is such a good card for you, because it's saying you're going to have to be a little bit performative, but you are going to find your feet. And the Queen of Wands is super confident without being a narcissistic, authoritative prick that sometimes the kings can be. Do you know what I mean? She's authoritative while still being a little bit kind, a little bit nurturing, and a little bit caring. She's not the everything is by the book. She's everything is by the book, but also I look after my people. I hope that helps, my darling. It feels like there is some really strong lessons here for you to be able to take on board. Let us know how things go, right, in the next few weeks. Let me just reset this before I come off this screen. Let us know how things go. It doesn't feel that this is years away either. It doesn't feel like this is like months and months and months down the road. It feels like this is sooner rather than later. Probably, I would say, as spring comes in, this will start coming up, and you need to really get prepared for it. Get those feelers out to see what other opportunities there might be for you. But absolutely, my darling, I am very, very, very happy that it did. I'm very happy that it did, my darling. You just need to go through with it. Listen, you make all your own decisions about your own life, my love, okay? What this means for you will be different to what it would mean for somebody else. But what this means for you, my love, is down to you, okay? All I can do is point out what these lovely, you know, colourful bits of cardboard are telling us. All I can do is give you that, and whatever random stuff that Whisper puts into my head, you know, as in workplace, corridors in the workplace. I get all sorts of images that go through my head, and it's down to you to decide which direction that needs to take you. But it does really feel, honestly, it feels like you need someone to tell you this, right? So let me just move the mic forward. You've got this, right? Honestly, I know you're scared. I know you're worried. I know you've got concerns, but you've got this. You can do this. You can do this standing on your head if you had to. You've got this, my darling. You just need to have that faith, right? You just need to have that belief in yourself, that confidence, but you've got this. You can do this. Of course you can. Have a good time, my darling, and thank you ever so much for your donation, and thank you for your message. So then, as I was about to say to everybody, don't forget, everyone, any donations we get on the live streams, any money that we make from the AdSense, once YouTube takes its 30% off the top, what is left, 10% goes to the PDSA, which is the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals here in the UK. It's an animal hospital that helps people that are struggling with vet bills, and they also look after strays, and if you find a injured animal on the street, they will treat them and try and get them rehomed rather than just, you know, putting to sleep. But another 10%, also goes to a local homeless charity here in Leeds, which is part of the UK, called St George's Crypt. So we try and do our best and spread it around, and whatever's left after that goes back into new lights and channels and eventually another camera for the top-down camera, but all of that gets used on the channel. But anyway, enough about all of that. Let's look in the chat. What have I missed in the chat? That would be scary to think. What would that be? I don't know what's happened in the chat. It looks like there's been some miscommunication or some pispronunciation, as I would say. You said a bad word. That's okay, as long as you learn from it and you don't say it again, my darling. It didn't get obviously blocked by YouTube's algorithmy things. Have you ever shut your eyes and randomly typed on your keyboard? Yes, I have. And I normally get the Chinese company that I have bought something from Temu on. It's normally a random situation of numbers and letters, but occasionally I do get something that looks a bit like a word. If you turn it like 3/4, squint at it, take out 4 of the letters, then you can almost make a word. I've never done the automatic writing where it makes sense, my darling. I never have. Also, because I'm ADHD, I'm not great with typing, but I kind of know where the keys are. So I would be like, well, that feels like it's an S or a D. That feels like it's an F. Do you know what I mean? I'd be second guessing. That's why I can't do automatic writing with a pen. You know, some people, they just write down any old random old stuff. I can't do that because my brain, what did Terry Pratchett call it? Second thoughts and third sights. Is that right? Third thoughts, where you think about your second thoughts. So you go, oh, I should eat this gatto. Oh, maybe I'm not going to eat the gatto because that will make me sick. The third thoughts are the ones thinking about what the second thought has just said, if you know what I mean. So that third thoughts will always have me going, you are writing the word cat. You are writing the word potato. You are now writing the word carriage clock. What does this mean? It doesn't mean anything. So now we're going to write the word shoe and we're going to write the word pumpkin. Ah, it wasn't carriage clock, it was carriage and clock. Ah, this is related to Cinderella. See, that's what my brain would do. Anywho, it's what makes me a good tarot reader, is seeing those patterns, being able to read symbols. But that same thing means I could never do automatic writing because my brain is too busy analysing what my hand's doing. It just reads. I can see that. I could see that. Oh, it did get held for a review. Oh, thank you, Holland, for holding it. Yes, absolutely, divine timing. All the very best of luck, my darling. You will end up laughing. You're gonna rock this. You are going to rock this. You don't. She doesn't write bad on here. If you ever get a text from her, you normally get a second text going, that's not what I mean. Hang on. Holland has done some automatic writing. Let's see if we can let's see if we can diffuse it. I mean, translate it. Right, duff. So that means you've had enough. Duff, or it could be duff. Could mean dough, as in D-O-U-G-H. That looks like duff, doesn't it? Need. I don't know, but it looks like the F word there with an FK, doesn't it? Duff, need. It means you do need, does need, yeah. Does need boyfriend, or does need something, I'm not sure what it is. Does need both fucking both, does need both fucking Riri, I don't know, rarity. Yeah, I couldn't translate that. I couldn't translate that, my darling. I could not translate that. But maybe it's something backwards. Hang on, that would be fucks. Oh yeah, that's rude as well, isn't it? Fuchs neck for bird. Dienford. And I hope that makes sense to you, Holland. Somewhere in the back of your mind, now I've done it in reverse, that has completely and utterly made perfect sense. A bit like that Beatles song that said Paul McCartney is dead. That's what it's done. It's unlocked something in your head. You are now reaching the next plane of enlightenment. There you go. Well done. Thank you for that. Shall we cut the bollocks and shall we have another round? Shall we? I think we should. So then, if you would like a tarot reading, please do go ahead. Pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, or pop your question in as Divine Timing did in the form of a super chat. That will guarantee you your place. Don't forget, $10 or above will guarantee you a longer reading as Divine Timing had. Right then, so you've got about 30 seconds. Do you know where I think we should go? Now Holland and their automatic writing has enlightened us. Shall we go and take a little poke round Stonehenge? Come on. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods. Exactly, just ask one of the mods. Right then, who have we got? Keeper of the questions, who have we got picked out for this round? Let's have a wee look. We've got Alina. Hang on a second. Let me go into the. I'm on a different screen. Let me go into the questions. Oh, there we go. I've got yours. Fabulous. So, your name is Amira Katharina. That's a nice name, Amira Katharina. Oh, that's a really lovely name. But people just call you Amira. How does Wally currently consciously feel about you? Okay, my darling, we'll have a wee look. And do forgive me if I say Wally as in the Disney film robot-y thing, because I do love that film. I think it's such a sweet film. I really, really do. Right then, let's go ahead. We're going to cleanse the space with the tinkly tinkly of bells. The little tinkly tinkly bell. It feels like we're cleansing in a softer way with that one. And we're going to bring in Wispy's wind chimes. And we're going to say, so Wispy, my darling, Amira Katharina, but most people call her Amira, would like to know, how does Wally consciously feel about Amira? How does Wally consciously feel about Amira? Let's have a look. Is there something? Is that just one card? Is that one card? That felt like 2. No, it's just one card. Why is that so thick? Oh, it's not. Okay. So, you've had a card flip as well, my darling. Wispy does like flipping the cards. So, your card, your clarifying or modifying card, is the High Priestess reverse. So, the High Priestess is all about both spirituality and control, because the High Priestess is somebody who is in a revered position. Oh, the High Priestess on high. She's an absolutely lovely, lovely, lovely person in terms of the spiritual side. Not so lovely, lovely in terms of being kind and generous and all those sort of things, though. She's very much focused, the High Priestess, on what is right, by the rules. She's somebody who is very, very is very by the book, and the fact that she's reversed here means that sometimes that can veer into dogma and dogmatization. So it's not just you know, oh, you might be able to do this. It's absolutely it's absolutely like hard and fast rules. Do you know what I mean? It's not a guideline, it's rules. So let's have a wee look. Whenever the card flips, we stop shuffling and we do your cuts. So then we go where you are right now. Oh, Page of Cups. What you need to know. 5 of Cups and the 7 of Wands. Both of those first 2 cards are reversed. So then let's have a look. So then, what does Wally currently feel about you? So where Wally is right now, we've got the Page of Cups. Pages are very naive energy, I would say, very youthful energy. It's if I say virginal, I don't necessarily mean that Wally is a virgin, but what I'm saying is that it's very innocent, very very youthful, very naive energy. Okay, but it's in cups. This is the Page of Cups, which is in that emotional suit. So cups is the suit about emotions. Cups is all about how you feel. Now this is reversed, so it does feel as if there is maybe, I don't know whether you and Wally have had a disagreement or a fallout or something, or whether there is just some sadness here, because this reversal, it's almost, thank you, Wispy. I don't quite want to say it's like a child throwing a tantrum, but I kind of want to say that. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's as advanced as that. I don't think it's as full on as a kid throwing a tantrum. However, it's almost got that vibe. Do you know what I mean? It's like there was a childishness coming in with this, which makes me wonder whether this high priestess could be Wally's mother or a maternal figure. But it really does feel with this one, it's almost like Wally is saying, oh, well, they shouldn't have done that. Oh, I didn't want that. No. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've gone out on a date or something and they've been an absolute prize plonker, being really idiotic, and then you've gone, well, if you're going to be like that, I'm going home. And you've gone home because you don't want to be around a bloody child, do you know what I mean, on a date. And then Wally's gone, but Amira left me at the restaurant and I had to, I was left all alone. Oh, you've blocked him. There you go, you see. I think this is that petulant child energy. I really do. That's really what I'm getting with it. It's that, it's not even teenager energy. It's mummy's boy energy. Do you know what I mean by that? It really does feel as if it's like, oh, well, you wouldn't let me do the things that I wanted to do, so you left. But that's not fair. Do you know what I mean? It feels very much like that. What you need to know, we've got the Five of Cups, right? And again, we're looking at this from Wally's perspective. This feels like he doesn't realise how good he had it, right? Even now, he doesn't realise how good he had it. So the Five of Cups, let me show you this way up. This way up, right, you've got the house that has been flooded. It's in a floodplain. The water is so deep, it's black and thick. Again, cups is emotions. Where we see water, it's always a sign of emotions. Where it's black, it means these are deep, strong, deep emotions, right? There's a little boat on it. That's fine. It's a little toy boat. That's not an issue. But look at the Five Cups that are here. One's a soda can that's been rusted and broken. One's a broken bottle. One's an empty cup with its very last drop. One's got a tea bag in it and tea, and one is just a glass of water. So we've got these vessels, right? These 5 cups, if you like. And you look at it and you think, oh, well, there's not a lot there in it. It's a bit rubbish, that. But actually, yeah, one of these is rusted and broken and empty. One's broken and empty. But this is only empty because you've tipped it upside down or you've drunk it. And these two are perfectly fine. So actually, it looks like you've got 3 negatives. But in actual fact, you've got 3 positives. And you're just not seeing. And I think this was Wally's issue. It feels very much like he was not aware of what he had. And now you've blocked him. Now you've lost it. He's still not aware of it. He's still, to me, this reads as if he's going, oh, well, it's all Amira's fault. It's Amira blocked me. Not why did Amira block? What did I do to make her block me? It's not that at all. Do you know what I mean? It's not, how have I upset her to make her block me? No. It's, oh no. Oh. Do you know what I mean? It's like he's a bit miffed that you blocked him, even though it's like, even though he's not taken any responsibility for whatever caused you to block him. Do you know what I mean? It's like it takes 2 people in an argument. It doesn't just take 2 people to need a pram. It takes 2 people to have an argument as well. Do you know what I mean? And you can't argue by yourself. I mean, I can because I've got ADHD, but normally you can't argue by yourself, right? You know you're going to win the argument. There's no way to lose an argument if you're arguing with yourself. You're going to win the argument, right? So this really does feel as if he still kind of needs a bit of a short, sharp shock. And it's almost like it's almost like he's sulking. That's the vibe that I'm getting, right? So when you're saying what's his current conscious feeling for you, I think he's sulking. I think he's a bit pissed off. I think he's expecting you to go, oh, Wally, come back, Wally. I hope I'm really sorry. Let me come in. Does Wally need a bottle? Oh, poor Baba. Do you know what I mean? It's like, do you know what I'm saying? And I know that's an exaggeration, but it really does feel like he wants you to go, oh, I'm back now. It will all be okay. I'm sorry. Even though he's half to blame. Do you know what I mean? And the outcome, the possible future, we've got the Seven of Wands. Now, if we're just looking at this from his perspective, okay, Wands is about confidence, and Sevens are about difficult questions, right? Very, very, very difficult questions. So these are the type of questions where, how do we move forward from this? How do we resolve things? How do we how do I get her back? How do I stop her from blocking me? Blah 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 blah, right? I think I have the strongest feeling with this being, and literally Wispy is really laying it on thick with the fact that this grown man feels like he's in a high chair with his, you know, food in front of him with a bib on him so that he doesn't drop food down his tummy. Do you know what I mean? He feels like he's acting childishly towards you. And the thing is, you're not his mother, right? You could be a partner, you could be a wife, you could be a girlfriend, whatever you could be. You ain't a mother. Do you know what I mean? And it feels like he hasn't realised that. And this does feel like, if it's mother energy, then it would be your mother-in-law energy, and that feels really like it's how can I put it? Feels like it's her that you've upset, not him. And she's there going, oh, wow, Amira probably wasn't right for you anyway, Wally. You just come back here. You come back to mummy. Come and get your bottle. Oh, yeah, get teddy bear. Yeah, go, oh, yeah. Have you got your cars, your toy cars? Yeah, you play with your toy cars. Yeah. It feels like there's a bit of that going on. But there's a bit of a hope here, right? It depends on what you want. If you want to continue a relationship with Wally, there is a hope with this card, because this card is questioning confidence and questioning kind of where he's at in life. Do you know what I mean? Because this card is like, well, how do I move forward? How do I, you know, where do I go? How do I get her back? Or how do I move forward from this? Because that question is there. It could be, if you wanted a conversation, right, it would be on you, but it might just be that you could make Wally see the reason that you blocked him, and that could, with a massive dollop of could, that could get him to realize what he's missed and how he's behaved, right? It could. My biggest thing though with this is coming in with this high priestess, right? This is somebody who is very, very, very by the book, by the rules, and she has, the high priestess has very, very exacting standards. I always describe her as aloof, right? She's somebody who will sit at the back of the room with her eyes over her glasses like this, right, watching everybody, pursed lips and judging, right? She's very, very good at that as a character in the deck. So I do wonder whether, if this is mother or mother sort of energy, if that is, then she's in his ear, right? And then it's down to you, my darling. If you don't want to be with Wally any further, if you don't want to have that continue, then you are, you know, it's your right to keep him blocked and to move forward with your own life, you know, towards happiness and everything else. But what I would say, if you wanted to give him a chance, if you wanted, you know, if there was any chance for you to continue it with Wally, if that was something that you were wanting to do, there is an opportunity coming where I think, because he's going to be asking questions, because it might have knocked his confidence a little bit, there is an opportunity there for you to say something like, well, actually, the reason I blocked you, did you know how rude you were being? Did you know how obnoxious you were being? Did you know how disrespectful you were being? Whatever it was. Did you know when you did this, I felt that. I felt really terrible because of what you said or because of what you did. And it may just be that he hasn't realised that. But that and how you move forward with that is entirely up to you, my darling. It all depends on whether or not you think that he will mature, or if this influence is too strong, and then it might be something that you might have had a lucky escape, right? But only you know that, my darling. And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for your question. And yeah, I hope it helps, my darling. I hope the cards have given you some sort of answers. I really, really do. All I can say is that it's something that is often said, right? When you go into a relationship or get married to someone, a long-term relationship, it's not just that person you are marrying, it's the entire family. Now, for some people, their in-laws are lovely and they gain a whole other family and it's all wonderful and everybody's happy and joyous. For some people, that family that you gain is more hassle than they're worth. And it's only you that know where your boundaries lie with that, my darling. Do I have to unblock him for him to question that? I think he's questioning it now. He'll be questioning it now. It's just, if you want to contact him, right, then you'll have to unblock him, obviously. If you want to have that conversation, you will have to unblock him and go, are you ready to apologize yet? Or do you want to talk? Or whatever. That would be down to you, my darling. But again, as I say, you would be well within your rights to say, I blocked you for a reason. But equally, if it's somebody that you can, if this is something that you think he just hasn't, lived in the real world, if he has been under, lock and key by mummy, if he's been very, protected by mum, and it's something that you're able to deal with, then in that case, it may be worth having a conversation and just saying, I was really upset and I had to block you because you really hurt me. Let me explain why. And then who knows where you go from there. But again, my darling, that is down to you to figure out. And yeah, best of luck with that. Best of luck with that. And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for your question. There's a fly in here. I've noticed flies again. It must be getting warmer when you see flies. I can also, Rufus is cooking dinner. I can smell something. I think it's like a garlic and herb chicken that's in the oven, because I'm sure that's what we've got for dinner. It smells bloody lovely. Gross. You don't want to unblock him, but you feel for him. Thank you for no problem at all, my darling. Remember though, you make all your own decisions about your own life. It's completely up to you. You enjoy a good argument, but now people back away from you. It may be the deep chuckles or cackling that makes folk back away. You are too small to harm. Don't believe it for an instant, everyone. Listen, Patricia is dainty, right? She is dinky. She's like a little. She's small. She's on the small but perfectly formed side of things, right? I am on the giantess. Look like I should be. ... Who is Hagrid's wife in or Mrs. The other giant lady in the Harry Potter? I don't know because I don't watch it. But like, I could play that role. I'm like 25 foot, right? Patricia is wee dinky. She looks like she'd be somebody's lovely old grandmother. But she's the sort of grandmother that carries a lead pipe in her handbag and knuckle dusters just in case. Just in case. Do you know what I mean? Yes. Patricia's a tall dwarf. Yes, absolutely. She's very good, is Patricia, at getting you to misjudge her or getting you to underestimate her. She's very good at that. She's very good at that because you won't see the punch coming when she It's normally from underneath, to be fair, it's below. But she makes out that she's this sweet little old grandma, which she is, but also you don't want to cross her. You don't want to cross the sweet little old grandma. Or, I've got to say, any sweet little old grandmas, because they've been round the block several times. They've seen it, done it, and they know exactly where to punch to not leave bruises. Do you know what I mean? Grandmas are, I love grandmas to bits. I really, really do. But also, never mess with a grandma. Never mess with a grandma. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing in my... I know. Listen, if you ever play Cluedo, the answer is Patricia in whatever room she decides is the right room with the lead pipe. That's what it is. That's what it is. Anyway, enough nonsense. It's not nonsense, because she really is. Seriously, if you ever meet Patricia, she's so lovely, right? You just think, oh, just don't say the wrong thing to her, because you'll be saying, oh. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, she's 4'10". I'm 6'2". So imagine the fun and games we had when we met. I was hugging clear air. I was like, hug. Hello. I know, right? I could be a basketball player and Patricia could be the ball. Couldn't you, lovey? She's not round though. She's small though. She could be. Do they have ball boys in and ball girls? I know they have them for tennis, don't they? The little kids that run out and get the ball. Do they have that in basketball? I don't know. I don't play sports. Anyway, Lisa, you are talking bollocks. Let's get on to some more tarot readings. So then, if you would like a tarot reading, what do you need to go ahead, pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question, or send it through as a super chat. The next round is officially open. Go ahead, do one of those two lovely things. Don't forget, if you do send it through as a super chat, any amount will guarantee your place on that list. It will guarantee your reading, and any amount over £8 or $10 or more will guarantee you a longer reading. So we've been to Stonehenge, we've been to Mexico. Shall we go and spend some time in nature? I think that would be a lovely thing to do. Let's go and spend 30 seconds in nature. You've got 30 seconds. Get your question in right now if you would like a reading. Ask your... Did it not play? Did it not play the sound? Oh, Holland. Is that why I had that one marked? Oh, no. Hopefully you all understood the assignment. I'll tell you what, let's do this one instead. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods. There we go. Sorry about that. I had to look. I heard a strange voice. I heard a strange man's voice, and in actual fact, it was Rufus. He's just got back from an errand, and I didn't recognise his voice because he went in a really deep, like growly, gravelly voice, and I was like, "Who's that? Who's that?" Yeah. Right then, I've got to say, it looks as if, thank you, Neil, Eagle, my darling, Eagle, there was sound on that one, yay, Eagle, a general reading for the rest of this week. Absolutely happy to do that for you, my darling. Let's have a wee look. So once again, we're going to transition over to the card cam. We're going to use the tinkly bell. Oh, wrong way, wrong way. Hang on, I need to reverse it. And then 3 more because I reversed it. It's really important that we cleanse clockwise. It's really important to me. So then, Wispy, my darling, Wispy, we would like a reading, please, for Eagle. Eagle would like to know a general reading for the rest of this week. Good evening to Ed. Hello, Ed. Good evening to everybody. Yes, good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well, by the way, this week. Let us know in the chat how you're doing. Even if you don't want a reading, or if you just like spending some time with us, let us know what you're doing, because I often watch YouTube videos while I'm cooking, or while I'm cleaning, while I'm making jewelry. I've always got like, and normally live streams that have passed. I'm normally catch-up crew for quite a lot of videos, quite a lot of live streams. So if you're watching this on the replay crew, do please let me know what you're up to down in the comment section. And equally, if you haven't done already, can everybody give this video a bit of a thumbs up? Look, just here it says, give it a thumbs up, a like, and also hit that subscribe button and dong your bell so that YouTube notifies you whenever I go live or upload a video. I have just done, Eagle, I'll get to your question in a second. I have just done an edited down version of the 3 rituals from 2025's Path Ahead videos, the Witch's Diary videos, where in every video I include a ritual. So I've just edited all of those down, and they've got a new intro, which may or may not have been sung by one of our lovely mods called Holland. There's a little sound that comes in with those. They are going to be going live probably tomorrow afternoon. So if you don't want to watch what all the different days of the month mean, and you just want the rituals, they will be going live separately tomorrow afternoon. So do keep a lookout for that. And again, if you've got your bell donged, then YouTube should notify you. Right then, Eagle. Wispy, let's go back to Eagle's reading. Eagle would like to know what is happening for the rest of the week. That wasn't face up. That didn't flip, Wispy. It's got to be flipped. You know the rules. So then, let's have a look. What is happening for the rest of the week? Is there anything exciting happening, Eagle? Or is it just a general? I always like to know these things because I'm a nosy bitch. That's why. Do you know what? My language is atrocious. I do apologise. I meant to say I'm a nosy cow, but you know. Let's have a look. Oh, it fell quite high. Look at that cut. It's really high up. That's interesting. We don't normally get one that high. Right then, let's look. So we go with where you are right now, my darling. What is where you are currently? Ooh, the 8 of Swords. A repeat card. Once again, do I need to just bring that down lower? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Look, it fits really nicely just there. What is it that you need to know this week? Right, hang on a second. Red alert time. This card does not mean what it says on the tin, right? This card does not mean that anybody is going to snuff it, anybody is crossing over, passing, any of that. This is the death card. Now in tarot, this simply refers to an ending, a transitional period, right? The end of a chapter. It is not in any way, shape or form that anybody you know or you yourself or anything else is going to be unalived or is going to, you know, close their eyes and not wake up. It is not that. The card, I'll swap back to the other camera and I'll show you. The card literally has symbols of rebirth, right? So we've got butterflies, we have a newborn child with their parents, we've got a grandmother, we've got the Grim Reaper themselves. So we've got that cycle of new life and things. It's a bit like there was a comedian who used to say that there was a god of creation is wonderful, but you kind of also need a god of destruction. Otherwise, your god of creation goes, boom, there we go, there's a planet. Oh, you don't like that one? Oh, okay, well, let's just roll that one out. Boom, there you go, and the whole universe instead. What do you think about that? Oh, no, you don't like that one. All right, well, let's put it in the garage. Right, boom, there's another universe. Do you like this one better? Like, you've got to have that ending before you have that new start, right? So there has to be that that ending, that destruction before that creation. It has to kind of happen. So when we're looking at this card, we've got a symbol of a snake, because snakes shed their skin. We've got the butterflies, sorry, because butterflies are not caterpillars. The caterpillar and the butterfly are not the same creature. The caterpillar literally loses all of its limbs. It gives its life and its body to become a butterfly. It changes. It's a transitional time. And also on this deck, we've got the eclipse, the full moon, and the new moon. So again, we're talking about these massive changes and transitional periods in life. Okay, Eagle? So don't be concerned that this is a symbol of impending doom. It really isn't. And I have to say that every time these cards come up, I have to say that. Yeah, in Holland's made a good point there. In Holland's deck, it's called Transformation, and they think it's got a butterfly on it. Absolutely. In my first deck, or not the first deck, but in my old professional deck that I used to use, the Connolly deck, the one that I used for 18 years, that deck, it's called Transition. Because it is literally stepping from the darkness into the light. So a lot of decks rename the death card because people look at it and they go, oh, and it's not that. It's not that dramatic, unfortunately. But it does mean there's going to be a big upheaval this week. And then we've got the world. Now that's really good. Right, that's really good. I'll tell you why in a second. So first of all, the Eight of Swords. Have I got any tea left? I haven't got any tea left. The Eight of Swords. Eights are all about continuation, right? They're all about the journey to the Nine of whatever it is. Now, as I said before, bear with me 1 second. As I said before, the Eight of Swords is about having truth revealed. It's about having blindfolds lifted. In this deck, you can see this tape is actually binding tape from a tailor's, and these scissors are all like tailor scissors. So they are the scissors are cutting through the binds. They're cutting through the binding. They are revealing truths. In the standard deck, this is really talking about the depiction is of a woman's blindfold, right? She's surrounded and the blindfold is being lifted. It's all about that new knowledge, revelation. And the thing is, because it is swords, that knowledge is going to come with some lessons, right? These are hurdles and challenges. When these challenges hit, it's going to feel big and important, right? So whatever's happening this week, Eagle, it really does feel as if it's going to be quite an important week for you. Not necessarily to the rest of the world. Excuse me, not necessarily to, it might not even be a big deal to in terms of life events. Do you know what I mean? Although I think it probably will be, but what I mean is it might not be a big deal to anybody else. Do you know what I mean? It feels very much like this is a big deal for you personally. And the reason I'm saying that is whatever information is revealed, whatever is coming your way, whatever this challenge is, you will be able to handle it, right? You will be able to handle it, but in what you need to know, it's going to require something to end. So it's going to be the end of a chapter or the end of this segment, okay? Or if you think about, you know, the second film in a trilogy, when that film ends, it's like, oh, I really want the next one now. It's like, it's not the end of a story by any way, shape or form. It is literally, that is it for now. So that chapter closes. There is a new, you know, part 2. There is a new chapter. There is the third movie or whatever. And as I say, with the death card, when it's reversed though, I do think this is something a little unexpected. So whatever this reveal is, I think it is going to lead to an absolute, oh, okay, right, now then, now that needs to shift, right, okay, so that needs to shift, right, okay, I get what that means. I need to give that up, or I need, you know, I need to leave that job, or I need to leave that environment. Whatever this is, it's a big thing for you, right? It might be that, I don't know, it might be that our dog's barking. I will double check, but Rufus is out there. I think Rufus has just gone out in the garden. Whatever this ending is, it's something that could be massive for you, right? But might not be important to anybody else. For instance, there is everybody knows I am a sci-fi nerd and I like horror, and one of the things that I have really enjoyed over the last few years is the TV show What We Do in the Shadows, right? It sounds really ridiculous. It's really funny. I really like it. It makes me giggle. I love that it's about vampires. I love some of the in-jokes. I love the way it's filmed. And I've just watched the last episode, right? Or a while back when they came out. And that's it. There are no more. The actors are moving on to other roles. You know, everybody involved is going off to do other things. And to me, I was like, oh, but I only got into it in the last year or the last 2 years. I didn't get into it before that. I haven't had 5 years of loving this show. I only got into it recently. And so there's a bit of me that's like, oh, I could have gone to conventions and I could have done all this like cosplay and things. It would have been really cool. And now there's not the opportunity. So for me, that's a big thing. That's an end of a chapter. For everybody else, not so much. However, for you, coming up in the possibility, the future opportunity, we've got the world. And again, this is really important because this is you stepping through that portal, stepping through into a new world. Again, it is reversed. So there is something here to say it's going to be unexpected. But when you step through this portal and everything changes, you are going to be entering into a brand new life. So whatever is happening, it feels that you will look back, my darling, on this week, and it will either be the week where you go, oh, do you know what? It was mid-March 2020 in the narration of your, you know, like when you're big and famous and you get a biopic done and you get the voiceover, the narrator going, it was midway through March 2025 when I realised my future was destined for other things. It's like that, right? And then the film takes you wherever you're going to go. Do you know what I mean? It feels like this is the beginning of that shift happening. This world card, again, it is reversed. So there is an unexpected element here. There is an unexpected change and shift when you step through. But whatever this is, whatever is ending and then moving forward, it's going to be a really interesting week for you, my darling. It really is. I think when you look back on this week in a couple of months' time, you will go, oh, yeah, that's when everything started to shift. That's when everything changed. I hope that helps. I really do hope that helps. Be prepared to roll with some punches, to you know, like, what is it? Go with the sway of the boat. Is that what they say? I don't know. You know what I mean? Be prepared to go with it a little bit. But yeah, I do really hope that helps. And yeah, that is going to be your reading for today, my darling. And as I say, I do genuinely hope that helps. And thank you ever so much for your question. Right, everybody, I need to go and check something. I'm going to pop you at a coffee shop just for a couple of seconds. I need to just make sure what the dog is barking at, because I haven't heard my other half sorting the doggo out, so I just need to double check that everything's okay. Bear with me. I will be back in a couple of seconds time. Hello, I'm back. Sorry about that, everybody. Everything was absolutely fine. It's just Eddie being Eddie. But yeah, everything was absolutely fine. Right then, let me just have a quick look back in the comments. Oh, absolutely no problem at all, Eagle. No problem at all. Good things for you, Eagle. Absolutely. It's going to be a change, my darling. It's going to be a change. But listen, change is the best thing in the world, right? And I'm not just talking about finding a few coins down the back of the sofa, or finding a $5 or £5. Do you have $5 notes? I don't know. But finding some notes in your back pocket from the jeans you wore last summer and you've just found all this money. I'm not talking about change like that, but change is always a really exciting time. So I do hope, my darling, that it's good. And as who was it that said yes, I agree, Patricia. Come back and let us know, Eagle, because we are nosy here. We're all nosy and we just want to know. That's what it is. We are all nosy. We just want to know. Plus, to be honest with you, this is one of the most wonderful groups and the most wonderful communities on the internet. And genuinely, if you come back and say, oh my God, I got this amazing job offer. I'm going to be, I don't know, I'm going to be in the new Dallas series, or I'm going to be the new managing director of Twitter, whatever it is, right? Well, it wouldn't be. I wish it was. I wish somebody. No politics. But whatever it is, my darling, right? Whatever it is that you end up doing, it's going to be a positive thing, and I do hope you come back and tell us, because we would like to celebrate that with you. So yeah. Right then, let's have a look in the chat. Sarah, we have a few visitors that come and go or stay here in your house, and your dogs sometimes bark at thin air. But in your family, you and your daughter can see them. So hubby and son look at the dogs with a questionable look of scariness. Yeah, we've had that from time to time. In this property, believe it or not, out of myself and good old hubby, it's actually hubby that sees and feels and is aware of spirits. I use tools and things to do that and to communicate, whereas he is very good at you know, he's the one that the bed will move, he's the one that will, you know, something will sit on his legs, he's the one that will hear random noises, he's the one that, you know, things happen to. Well, at one point in our old house, he was in bed. I'd gone to work. I used to work in nightclubs, so I was at work at whatever time, and he saw my dressing gown on the back of the bedroom door, and it inflated as if I was stood there. And he said he sat and watched it fully inflate to a person's shape and then instantly go back to just a hanging dressing gown. And yeah, so he's the one that if there's any spirits, they'll talk to him. And then for me, they come through my dragons and everything, probably because I've got protection and things in place. But yeah, absolutely. Charlie Cat is floating around in your house, which is unusual for him. So either he's missed you today or a spirit is around. Or there is a third option, Ed. There is a third option. You put some salmon sandwiches in your trouser pocket at lunchtime, or a bit of sushi, and you forgot. There's that third option, you see. Charlie Cat is just picking up on the sushi going, oh, where's that coming from? Oh, just had one of your dog's mamas pass. So she's here with you now, and then now and then she passed away yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my darling. It's always sad when a pet passes over. It really is. Yeah, it really is a sad thing. On that note, though, about sad things and things change. Oh, what was I going to say? Hang on a second. My brain just did a brain fart. I started a sentence, and halfway through that sentence, I lost what I was going to say. What was I going to say? I can't bloody remember now. Anyway, it can't have been important. If it's important, no doubt it will jump into my brain at 4 a.m. and I'll have to tell you all then. Sorry, you don't like sushi and you scoffed your leftovers at lunchtime. A bit of boiled ham. My grandma always used to talk about. Oh, a lovely bit of boiled ham. I don't know what that is. Or something. She was nearly 16. Good God, that's an amazing age for a doggo. That's really good. Well, in that case, if you haven't got cat treats in your pocket, Ed, and if you haven't got a favourite or a bit of catnip or a toy or a feather attached, you could have now listen, you could have a feather attached to you, right? You know, out of the sofa or out of a cushion or something, you can have a feather attached to you. And as you moved, it dropped, and then the cat's like following it around, but it's somehow attached to you by a long hair or something. Or it could just be a ghost. It could just be a ghost. It's probably a ghost. It's probably a ghost. It's probably a ghost. I think personally, it's a ghost. Come on then, let's have another round. We got 25 minutes. Let's see if we can get another question or two in on the live chat, shall we? So the round is open. Go ahead, pop your question in the live chat or hang on, pop your question in the live chat starting with the word question, or you can always send it through as a super chat. That will come through automatically, and it will guarantee that your reading is next. And if it does come through and your reading is next, then you'll get yourself a 3-card reading. If however you want a longer reading, do make sure your donation is £8 or over, $10 or over, and that will get you a longer reading. But do please go ahead, pop your question in the live chat starting with the word question, or send it through as a super chat, and one of those will get picked straight after this. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods. Yes, indeed. Do just ask one of our lovely mods. It looks like we haven't had a question that last round. So, I've got to say hello to Dormouse. Hello, Dormouse. How are you feeling? I hope you're feeling a wee bit better, my darling. I really do. I like this Holland. It's cold, and Charlie Cat wants to share your body heat. That is another reason. That is another very good reason. A valid reason, excuse me, for a pussycat to randomly follow you around the house. The horn just made Roo jump. Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry, my darling. Well, that's all right. I don't mind now, because you just said you were reaching for a coffee, which means you are drinking coffee, which is fine, except I'm still on the tea and the soft drinks. I've got to keep going until tomorrow to be able to get to the point where I am able to have a coffee. I know, right? I know. You wake up every night to find Rupert in your arms purring. Oh, that's so cute. Can I just point out, everybody, Rupert is Holland's cat. Not a partner, not their other half, not a child. It's not some random person that lives down the street who sleepwalks and randomly turns up in Holland's arms at in the middle of the night. It's not that. It's not that nefarious or that spooky. It is just the pussycat. You're not feeling like you're drowning tonight. Take that as a win. Yes, absolutely take that as a win. Yes, absolutely. Woohoo! Do. Take it as a win, my darling. 100% win. That's good. That means you are healing. Things are knitting back together, and you are slowly working it. Absolutely. Let me just. Oh, look at Charlie Cat. Ed's just sent a lovely photo. Ed, can I share that photo? Can I share that photo, my darling? I'll go ahead and save it onto the computer just in case that is okay to share publicly. Oh, bless. There we go. I will go back to that one. Yay. Oh, hang on. I've also randomly got the picture of the fluffy woofer. Hang on a second. I need that one as well because it's also so cute. It's also so cute. Oh my God. Don't. Listen, I think my lovely husband has an idea in his head to get us another doggo because I've seen him looking at very cute doggos online. I've seen him looking at puppas and everything, and I'm like, oh, are we getting? Are we getting another one? So that is a distinct possibility at the moment. Hang on a second, everyone. I've forgotten that I need to pull it up, go into that and click on that one. And yeah, right. Okie doke. So if I move that, gosh, it's half hard work when you've got to do it all manually. Right. Is it that one? Yes, it is. So, right, bear with. I need to just resize this. Sorry, everybody. Talk amongst yourselves for 2 seconds. I know my ADHD brain is getting very distracted by pets, but do you know what? That is absolutely fine. Sometimes you just need some cute animals in our lives, don't we? It'll make everybody feel better, I promise. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, you can see. Oh, God, Lord. Why have I just... There you go. I didn't realise that was on screen, but there you go. Look. Look how cute and gorgeous. Look how cute and gorgeous the doggo is. Sorry, the pussycat is. Absolutely lovely. Lovely, 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 bloody lovely. Oh, gosh. Hang on, I've just realised what I'm sharing. Why is that? Why did that happen? What? Why did that happen? Right, let me try that again. Right, here we go. So there was the other picture which was on. Oh, do you know what? I try this on the live streams, right? I am not a good enough live streamer to be able to do this because it is bonkers. Right, here we go. That one. And no, you really don't want me showing this, do you? Okay, well, apparently I can't show the other photo because it doesn't seem to exist. But it was another cute photo of, this time it was Ed and the dog with the doggo right in his face, right nose to nose. Really, really cute. But anyhow, have I lost the chat now? I think I have lost the chat and everything. Oh my God, look what happens when I try and share things. Oh wow, hold on. I've lost my screens. I've lost everything. What on earth is going on? Right. Oh my God. Right, Lisa, don't do this again. Oh, hang on. Why can't that work? Why? I'm now stuck. There we go. Right. He's doing the security rounds. Yeah, I think that's literally what he was doing. Very, very, very cute. Very, very, very cute. It's cute when pets cuddle in for sleeps. It really is. It really, really is. They are so adorable. Our little Alvy, who is a 9. She's 9 in August. 9-year-old to come, Staffy. She is absolutely adorable. You have a picture still up. Oh, I have a picture still up. Sorry, yeah, it's sorted now. Yeah. It wouldn't be alive. Exactly 100%. Yep, 100%. Well, it wouldn't be a live stream without me going off on a ADHD tangent and messing up horrendously. But yes, absolutely, it's very, very, very true about the I just like all pets. But yeah, Alvy, our 9-year-old Staffy, we've started. So it's going to sound weird, right? We've started taking her out for walks. Now, how does that sounds really like we're cruel, doesn't it? It sounds like we're horrible in that she's 9 this year and she doesn't go out for walks all the time. 2 reasons. 1, we've got a big garden, and 2, she hates it. She hates it. You put the harness on her, she goes flat. You try and take her out, she goes flat. So Eddie, the little boy, no problem at all. He'll march round, gets his harness on, and then that's it. He is cock of the hoop. He's marching around the town, not around the town, around the area, the village, right? He's marching around. You would think he is like, he's the dog's whatevers, right? He goes round like this because he's a staffer. He's like, yep, I'm in charge of everything. Yep, these are my gardens. I'm patrolling. Alvy cannot get her out the front gate until randomly this last month, like, you go, oh, Eddie, you can say walk with Eddie, he's fine, but if you say, do you want to go out, oh, up he goes, and he knows where his harness is. He'll go and find it and drag it down. And Alvy started going, can I go out, randomly. Put the harness on her. She doesn't like it, right? Really hates it. You put it on, you clip it round. She's like, no. You put the lead into the harness bit. This last month, she has been up on her legs, like normally flat. You can't drag her. It's literally like trying to drag a mop. That's whether she's going on a little walk around the block, whether she's going on a big hike to the, not hike, but a trip to the vets, wherever she's going, right? Will not go. This last month, she suddenly decided that she wants to go out with Eddie. And normally, like so far, Eddie will lead. Eddie's off and she follows his butt. Literally follows his butt like she's homing in. Doesn't know where she's going, but she follows his butt like this. Off she goes. Absolutely. Yesterday, day before? No. Alvy was the first one to the gate. Alvy led the walk. She led where she was going. She knew exactly where she was going. She'd stop and look round and see me and Eddie behind. Not bothered. For the first time in 9 years. But mind you, this is the same doggo, right, that took 5 years to learn to give paw. 5 years of every single day. Do you want your breakfast? Do you want dinner? Give paw. Give paw. Give paw. 5 years it took her to go. And then, as I say, now she's turning 9 this August, and she's just found out that walking's a thing that she wants to do. Absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. No idea why, no idea how. She's just decided to do it. But it's really, really lovely, because now obviously we take both of them out. It's really cool. You've got what? You have had 5 cats. Your favourite was a tortoiseshell called Pie Wacket, named after a what? Turn of the century witch's cat. Oh, You did a random name from what? You did a random pick from her from a book of called Catalyst, Documented Origins of Names. That's so cool. You still miss your cats, Patricia, but you're a realist and know that you cannot handle the litter trays, as it would need to be an indoor cat, although you are often tempted to get another. Oh, bless you, my darling. It's hard, isn't it? Pyewacket lived until she was 22. Wow, Dormouse, that's amazing. I feel like the stream has now been completely hijacked by pets, but that's absolutely fine. You struggle with the litter trays. They're hard work. Yeah, we used to have cats years and years and years ago. And yeah, they are. That's why with doggos, as much as, yeah, they do need walking and everything else, it is still a bit easier at the end of the day with the doggos, unless you've got a cat that goes outside. But our neighbours next door, we've kind of half fostered their cats now, so we feed them every day and give them cuddles and deflea them and comb their coats through and all of that. So yeah, it's a little bit excessive. Right, last chance, everybody. If you would like a tarot reading, you've got one last chance to get your question in. I won't hit the horn, because we don't obviously want Rue to go bonkers. So I'll do the thumbsy uppy wand noise instead. So the round is now open. There we go. We don't want to scare Rue. So if you do want a question, pop your question in the live chat. Oh, no, not this one. I'm not going to do any more super chats. But if you do want your... Why is that not letting me take that one off? Why can't I delete my question? Mods, can one of you delete the comment, the super chat comment? It won't let me do it. Why won't you let me delete my own comment? I don't want it. What is going on? Nope, I can't delete my own comment. So if you would like a question, anybody, do put the word question. Start your question with the word question. Stick it in the live chat, and yeah, we will. I will do one last reading. Each dog to their own. Your dogs are like that. They won't leave the gate. Oh, bless. Rue is a take it or leave it walker. Wow. Wow, your choo-choo smiles when you ask her to say cheese. Oh, that's so cute. That's adorable. That is so adorable. Wow, thank you, Patricia. That is so adorable. It really, really is. I like literally our boy is so good. Our boy is... Oh, you can't do it either. You can only block me. Yeah, don't do that. Our boy is so amazing. He's so good at just like he's just the most amazing boy. He's learned how to like throw and catch a ball and things like that. Absolutely, he's done that. But what he's also done, right? He's learned to throw the ball back to us. So he picks it up in his mouth, and then he's worked out that he can kind of get it like that and release it in the right moment, and it will actually, he can get quite a decent throw on it just using his mouth. It's amazing. I've never known a doggo do that. And he'll also, but he's the same dog that if when you throw the ball, if it bounces in the kitchen and lands on the dustpan and brush, he won't pick it up. You've got to go and get it because he's too scared of the brush. Percy, is this what you're asking, my darling? Why have the effers taken... Oh, the Fae taking your red paint. Right. Ooh. Right. Okay. I tell you what. I'll amend it. Right. I will amend it slightly. But I'll do that reading for you now. So this is going to be the last one tonight, everybody. Don't forget, if you haven't already, do please hit the thumbs up button, and obviously hit the subscribe button and ding your bell so that YouTube should notify you whenever we go live. Right then, Percy, I love the fact that you've blocked out the name. It took me a couple of seconds. So this isn't the F slur. Okay. There we go. This isn't the F slur. Thank you, Neil. Neil managed to do it because Neil's able to sign into the account. It's not the F slur. If anybody's worried what that is, it is actually, it's another F word that we don't like on this channel, and it's the FAE, and that isn't the person. It's the creatures. The creatures. So then let's have a wee look. Your question has disappeared off screen, Percy, but unfortunately that is because my YouTube buttons have crashed. So I'm assuming that I'm still live. I hope I am still live. I'm trying to get back into it from this end, but I'm going to go ahead with your reading. So let me just try and find, come on, bear with, I can't see anything at the moment. I can't see any messages, any comments, anything. That's the same thing. Lisa was a message and a comment. Yay, we're back. Yay, we're back. Right then, okie dokie, I've got it. Neil pinned the question. Thank you. Thank you. That is great. I've got it. I've got it. I've got it. I just need to enlarge that one. There we go. And I am still live. Thank you. I couldn't even see messages then because for whatever reason, the YouTube thing completely fell. There we go. Hurrah. So then, let's go and for the final time, you see, I would blame that on the Fae fuckers. I absolutely would blame that on the Fae because they like meddling, right? So we're not going to mess with the little bell. We're not going to mess with the normal bell. We're going to cleanse with the big booger. So I'm going to just... There we go. There we go. Right then, let's have a look. So, yeah, they do a trade. So, Wispy, Percy would like to know, why have them who shall not be named, why have they nicked Percy's red paint? Why have they taken Percy's red paint? Why have they who shall not be named taken Percy's red paint? We're going to assume that was a shuffling error. So then, why have they who are without names, or they who will not be named, or they who are nameless, you know who I mean, why have they taken the red paint? So, situation, obstacle, how to overcome. Situation, obstacle, how to overcome. The chat started glitching madly. Exactly. So then, let's have a look. We go with the current situation. Oh, you can't see it. It's the Nine of Pentacles, right? So, work effort. You are not putting enough work in for them. They want you to work. Work. They want you to work for some reason, right? Famine or feast, this card means for me. Pentacles is work. That can mean, you know, where you go to earn a living kind of career wise. For me, it's also the amount of effort you put into something and how things grow and how things develop. They want you to work harder in a relationship with them. So whatever it is that you, however you work with them, whatever it is that you do with them, they need it to be more. They need it to be more because it's famine or feast, right? And at the moment, what this card is saying is that they think they are just getting the famine, right? Does that make sense? They're not getting the feast that they feel they deserve, right? That's the situation. The obstacle, the Three of Swords. You've pissed them off. You've upset them. Oh God, you've upset them. This is the heartbreak card, but not just the heartbreak. It's resentment and disappointment and all of those things. What have you done? What have you done, Percy? How have you pissed him off to this amount, right? Whatever it is, you need to make amends, my friend. Otherwise, this is going to get, it's not just going to be your red paint that goes missing. Do you know what I mean? Right? Heartbreak card. They are crestfallen. Whatever you've done, whatever you've somehow managed to up, this. I've said it 100 times. This is why I do not F with the F. Right? I do not F with the F, just because you F around, you find out, right? For whatever's happened, whatever type of connection you had, they must want something from you. They must have some sort of connection. If your immediate thought when the red paint disappeared was, it's them, right? If that was your immediate thought, it means there's a connection there. It means that they want something off you. Wispy, don't put that in my head. Okay, in the spirit of revealing everything, don't forget red is the universal colour of blood. Now, I don't think they want a blood pact, right? That's not what it is. But you're going to have to pay penance for something. Right, how to overcome. The Eight of Cups. Oh, they want you to, they want you to show them reverence and all of that malarkey. Typical them, right? Typical them. So the 8 is all about the journey to the 9. The 9 of Cups is all about happy, happy, joy, joy. Everybody's over the moon, overwhelmed. Everything is wonderful. We've all taken a bunch of drugs and we're all tripping our tits off because look how lovely and wonderful and happy and smiley everybody is. It's so wonderful, isn't it wonderful? Have I mentioned that it's wonderful, right? That is the journey that the 8 wants to get to, but it isn't. It's not there yet, and it takes that effort. You've got to work with them, right? Whatever it is that you've done, you've got that. They want you to bow down. You know, you are not worthy. You are not worthy. They want you to what's the word? Sublimate yourself, supplicant yourself. They want you on hands and knees, basically, doing whatever it takes to appease them. So somehow you've upset them, somehow you've disappointed them, and they have got that resentment. So it's starting with your red paint. It wouldn't surprise me if you went to your sock drawer and where you had 3 pairs of, I don't know, Beetlejuice socks. Just thinking about my sock drawer, right? I've got 3 pairs of different Beetlejuice socks. It wouldn't surprise me if instead of them being paired, you've actually got 3 Beetlejuice socks, all from different pairs, and they're matched up with a pig sock, a banana sock, and a peanut butter sock, right? And the missing Beetlejuice socks are few and far between. Or that key ring that you found the other week that you put somewhere safe because you want to, that's also gone. There will be other things that they will be whipping and trying to basically go, you will notice us and then you will pay the toll. So whatever it is you've done, my friend, whatever it is you've done, whether you've brought them on, or whether you've called on them in vain, whether you've used their name without realizing in a way that isn't happy joy, whatever it is, they need you to basically bend the knee, right, and make amends in a way that feels like you have to now make them happy. So I've seen the comments, lots of comments going by about milk and honey, like little silver trinkets, things like that, offerings of like go into nature, don't buy something on Amazon, but go into nature, find a nice little flower, find an acorn, ask the land around you if it's okay to take, bring it back to your house, set up a little offering place for them, leave out their milk and their honey, leave out their flower and their acorn and their holy stone, whatever it is. Go and do those things so that they are happy, right? If if you want to work with them in the future, so if there is a relationship that you want to continue, right, go a little bit overboard. Invite them to stick around, invite them to set up home in your space, invite them to do whatever it is, but just beware, right? I would not, in a million years, I would not be inviting them to share my space, and I would not be inviting them to anywhere like in this room where I've got wards and protection and iron and you name it, I've got stuff everywhere. I would not be inviting them into this space because it's too protected. But if it is something that you work with them, that's a good toll. That's a good toll. The mead that you made, that's good because it's an offering from you, and something that you, things like mead, things that anything you make, anything you bake, anything you cook, anything you create is always going to be a good offering for them, for they who shall not be named, because it's something that uses the different elements. So in the case of mead, obviously it takes alcohol, it takes honey, it takes yeast, it takes liquid, it takes, so you've got lots of different elements there involved. You've got your energy, your effort in making it, which can be considered either spirit if you want, or can be considered fire energy because you've got your passion there. Whatever it is, that's a good offering. Baking something is a good offering, things like that. But also bear in mind that they are always going to be the tricksters. They are always going to be the ones who will try and play games to get noticed. And the thing is, my friend, you've now got them noticed. They've now noticed you. And if you didn't want a relationship with them, you've kind of got one now. You've kind of got one now. And it takes a lot of effort to keep them appeased and to keep them on side, which is why I no longer try and do that. But yeah, good luck, my friend. Best of luck to you. But yeah, be very careful. Yep, absolutely. Patricia's with me on that one. Be very careful. If you bake them, make them mini sized and they would appreciate it. Yet little mini cookies, not part of a cookie that you've made for yourself, but a little mini cookie, little things that are small and intricate and things like that. You know, cogs and wheels and things that you combine, as long as they're not made of iron or anything, you should be okay. If you are wanting them to bugger off, right, then you give them their offerings. You say to them, I am sorry, this is my appeasement. I thank you for being here with all reverence. You know, I thank you for being here, and you know, thank you for crossing into our realm. All of that, lay it on thick, lay it on with a giant sized trowel. Do all of that. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Sorry I upset you. Blah blah blah. There we go. Everything's done. And then, for the love of God's, stick iron at every window, every window, every opening, every door. I've got spell bottles with iron and things in that it's designed that they, you know, bugger off. Yep. And as Patricia said, some fae on bugger. Some of them, I'll get ready with the bow. Some of them are bigger than others. I tend to have only experienced this. Wow, I say only experienced the small ones. Hang on a second. Hang on. There we go. Sorry, I had to do that just because I'd again spoken the name a couple of times, but I'm going to do a quick smudgy as well. There we go. Oh, I do like the smell. But yeah, you know, Hollins says you don't think you're supposed to thank them. I think it depends on if they've worked with you, if you've called them, invoked them, and things like that. There's a lot of different theories out there. There is, you've just sparked a thing. There is an idea that if you thank them, it's like inviting them back almost, isn't it? It's like, oh, well, thank you very much, you know, call again next time you're in town. It's that sort of vibe. But anyway, I hope that helps, my darling. I hope that helps. Right then, as for everybody else, thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you very much for joining in the rather random night we've had, but I've got to say I am absolutely friggin' loving it. This channel is only growing like baby steps forward, but we are growing and we are slowly finding our community. And can I just point out that only once did I start talking with my microphone on mute, and I realised it after saying 2 words. By George, she's got it. I really think she's got it. So then with that note, my darling, I will say thanks to everybody for coming on today. Thank you for watching. If you're part of the replay crew, please do put your comments down in the comment section down below. Also, have a look down there for links to Holland's channel, to Neil's site where you can buy Necronomicon. Which was on there. Where's it fallen over? It must have fallen over when we were doing the Weight Watchers, the Slimming World stream. But yeah, whatever you're doing this week, do please have a lovely week. We're back on Sunday at 6 p.m. I will be attempting another members only live stream either Friday night or possibly Thursday, but probably Friday night, just for an hour or so, maybe a couple of hours, just as a live little hangout for the members. So if you want to be part of that, do hit the join button wherever you see it and come and hang out with us for that. But as I always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I will definitely see you on the next one. Don't forget tomorrow the rituals that were in the last 3 Path Ahead videos, the Witch's Diary videos, they are all going live just as their own individual thing. So if you want to take a look at that, please do. But that's it. I'll see you next time. And yeah, thank you for sticking around. And I will see you on the next one. Look at me frantically trying to press a button here and make sure that I've only got one linked. There we go. I'll see you next time, everyone. Bye.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
'Cause she's a witch.
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch.
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back.